Hey y'all, welcome. We are live. Y'all, okay, I see people waiting in the comments. Y'all are ready. Y'all hit the like button. Let us know. Everybody comment. Let us know you're there. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Black Moon Secret Magic and Enchantments. So tomorrow, is it tomorrow or starting tonight in some areas?
Well,
It's
it
the
will be
Black.
starting in the wee hours tomorrow night. So, very early Saturday, like 3 a.m. Saturday. So everybody gets prepared starting tonight and then all tomorrow because
Right.
it hits in the wee hours Saturday, early morning.
Okay, so I got all my stuff ready. So I'm going to be doing like prosperity rituals, money rituals, abundance rituals, clearing out of the old. So I got my stuff, got my stuff. Okay, so I'm
We
ready. Are you ready?
we on the same time.
All right. You know what I like to do during a black moon or just a new moon, but a black moon is even more powerful times two, like what squared, right? I like to use my
Yes.
I like to go deep into my subconscious and I like to use my pendulum and ask the pendulum question, because it's kind of like internal reflection when you use a pendulum and you're asking questions because that's going by your, you know, that's going by you. So I like
Would
to
you
do,
would you say that that's an aspect of going into the void?
yes.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I thought about? Scrying,
Mm-hmm.
like all aspects of scrying.
Yes. I like to scribe, but sometimes that gets like to me, if I scribe, I get lost for hours in that.
Speaking of which, this is Black Moon right here.
I see that.
This is all Black Moon. That's what I told a lot of my students is to get scrying mirrors.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a scrying mirror, just get a black bowl and put some water in there. Okay, but scrying mirrors are a good tool to have because you can charge them. You can also charge the water too.
Yeah, the scrying water, charged scrying water. Uh, I,
Hmm.
I would I believe that the best time to charge something like that is maybe a rare moon.
Hmm. I got to get my moon water uh, jar ready for tomorrow, so that's going in there too.
So I
Then
had everybody. I had everybody doing moon water, moon wine, and
ooh,
then I came up with moon beer.
moon wine and moon beer.
Yeah,
I like
moon
that.
beer.
What kind of wine? Red wine, dark red wine,
It
right?
got to be dark red. Yep, dark
Okay.
red. Expensive dark red.
Okay. So
Nothing
that
cheap.
can't do nothing cheap. All right.
That's right.
I actually have a bottle that I've been saving for something, so I guess this gonna be it. I'm gonna charge it outside. So someone's saying, do we light a black candle? Sure. I mean, I got a bunch. Look, you can get some black tea lights if you don't find black candles. I know it's almost, spooky season and they got a lot of black candles out for sale right now, or you can order some online. But these little black tea lights are perfect. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, anyway, so definitely get you like a good oil, like a good working oil. You oil your candles up, you put your herbs on there. You could do your moon work spell, whatever it is, and to receive more intuition, money manifestations and all that kind of stuff. It's perfect. Sprinkle,
Hmm.
sprinkle. All right. Can you substitute with a white candle? You can, but I think during the black moon, like black is more appropriate, but you can substitute with white candle because that's always interchangeable, right?
I always say that the white candles interchangeable with any color. Like
Mm-hmm.
I always say, worst case, use a white candle,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say that that's for anything. But
Yes.
black is best, of course, in this. Black in low light, dim
Right.
light.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I like to do my like I want to see some money. You know what I'm saying? I get my money spells together. Are you doing any money rituals?
Yes. Of course.
Okay. What you
It's
doing?
a black moon money ritual, right? So we got money soap,
Uh-huh.
money mojo bags,
Okay.
right? The $1 million bill, the big one. Um,
One of them. Million
um,
dollar.
I got some feng shui incense, right? This is all money energy. And I like
Mm-hmm.
what I like about the feng shui incense is the energetic of the symbols
Mm-hmm.
that is charged to the incense. It's good for creating abundance. But yeah, that's how we decided we were going to work this black moon. Black moon money Lilith ritual.
Ooh, I like
Right.
that.
But a lot of the stuff that I got over here, lottery tickets, dice, stuff to increase your luck energy, and I got a lot of fast luck candles. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people, especially during these financial times, like people want money like right away. So that's what I got kicking off.
Yes. And I got like some stuff down here too. Like I have some witch's grass. And this is good for like making stuff more potent. And it also is good for luck. And then like getting rid of stuff, like negative stuff, and like it's good for exorcisms and all that kind of stuff too. So you need like if y'all get y'all some witch's grass, if y'all trying to get rid of old dead energy, stagnant energy, and bring like the way for new stuff to come, that's a good thing to have.
Witch's grass.
Mm-hmm. It's yeah, it looks like this. And it's just for overcoming obstacles. Like if you feel stuck and you're seeking like to get unstuck, or you trying to, bring in good luck and get unstuck, or just dispel negativity, um, you can use this too.
Would you say that increases the magical potency
Mm-hmm.
of rituals?
Yes, it does. And for you ladies out there, we have that Jezebel root.
Everybody know about that.
Everybody know about this. It increases your chances of meeting a wealthy man. So you can do that. Mm-hmm. And then of course you got the good old cinnamon, which is always good for prosperity magic. But use whatever y'all got. Y'all do y'all spells, and it's gonna be very powerful because I know I'm getting my stuff together. And Terrane is doing rituals.
Yes, hit me up. But like they sell these things a lot in botanicas, and some of these things absolutely work. That's why they make. That's why they sell a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started teaching, what I'm teaching all month is the science behind why this luck stuff works or how it works. There's a science behind it. You know what I'm saying?
It
It's an art. Um, and everybody who works it, they continuously work it because it works. So it's
is.
something that I noticed that's very consistent.
Yes. Whenever I do like luck or any type of like prosperity, or I like to use this Easy Life incense. This is I can always see it working. I can always see it working. Like I always see it working. I'm like, mm-hmm. So, and sometimes I don't do spell work for a long time, and sometimes I do it, and I notice right away I'm getting everything that that did the spell for. But right now, since the energy is so good, I like to I like to see the difference between doing it like something like in a black moon versus just, you know, any other type of moon or new moon. So I like to do stuff to see the difference. You know, so that's why I'm really trying to get my stuff together so I can get my full moon actually not full moon, black
Me-
moon. I'm sorry. Because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
literally the second new moon. So you're not gonna see it. That's why it's black. I'm getting ready to do an experiment to see if it's even more powerful in spell work. So I think y'all should do the same thing.
So you know, it's an interesting experiment because I've tried it,
Mm-hmm.
and now because my case study came back that every rare moon works.
Okay, why do you think that is?
Rarity um, bends reality,
Okay.
right? There's like something in the cycle has shifted, and that
Mm-hmm.
allows you to bend rules.
Okay. I like
That's
that.
what I came back with. So things you normally wouldn't be able to do, you will because there is something that shifted in the cycle,
Mm-hmm.
right? For example, this black moon, what shifted is that you don't have this many new moons in four quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because of that one change, now you can change anything else, right?
Hmm. Okay. So I like that. I like that. So what time is the best time to start your spell work? At, because there's some people that want to start it as soon as possible, or you know, when is their window up to do the spell work to get the results?
Good question. So I have everybody starting from like a week ago, right? But
Mhm.
as far as when is the best time, at least you got up until the pinnacle
Mhm.
of that moon, right? So the pinnacle would be like the most potent time. That's
Right.
when it would be the most power, right? So exactly when that moon comes in, you got up until exactly when that moon comes in to start to catch the energy.
Mhm.
Now, if you miss that, you still got energy for 3 days, but
Okay.
it's not as strong as when you are at the pinnacle.
Okay. So I'm gonna start mine tomorrow night. So that's gonna be. It's better to do it inside or outside. If you're gonna do the ritual inside near a window, maybe, or it will to get some of that energy, or outside.
Damn, that's a hard one because inside you could do things like pitch black your room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But outside, like you got the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't call that one because
Open
I
a
like
window.
the elements. These are what?
You can open a window,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
get some of that.
Oh yeah, that. Yep. Yeah, 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 yeah. And it's so dark. That's what I like about the new moon.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no moonlight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Or you could do something like inside and outside since you got so much time. You can put some little stuff outside, do your moon water, do a little candle, do a little, you know, and then go inside and do one as well or something else in the
Go
total dark.
inside and do a black moon bath. No,
That's
no light.
mm-hmm,
Rose petals, red wine, and
mm-hmm.
just vibe.
Charged from the black moon. That's good.
Yeah.
Put some of that moon water in the bathtub after you charge it a little bit.
Hmm.
So I haven't made moon water in a while either. So I need to make me some, and it's going to be extra potent with the black moon. So
So we're talking all about all this black stuff. Would this
Mm-hmm.
be black magic?
I guess so. I mean, what you gonna call it? Mm, well, it depends on how you describe things. Some people say that's bad or that's good, but it could also mean just like darkness, black, working with the black moon, working with, dark energy, whatever.
I've,
Hidden.
I've seen I've seen a lot of black moon correlation with black holes. I thought that was cool
Mm-hmm.
because darkness attracts, it also dissolves, right? And they say with the black moon that because there's a giant space of void and emptiness, that the highest potential for creation or manifestation comes out of that.
Mm.
Because that's how this universe was started,
Yes, that's
in
the time.
emptiness.
Yeah, I love just, as I said, if I get a scrying mirror, I'll sit there for hours. And when I come out of that, I'll have so many ideas and so many creative ideas. So, if you're gonna do scrying, get you some paper and just sit there and like once you're finished, the information is probably just gonna start pouring in since you kind of like, and you're gonna get some stuff. So have something to write with if you're gonna do scrying for sure.
Yeah,
What
that's
about
so interesting. I'm listening.
how is sleep during a black moon? Like how do you think people are gonna sleep? You think they have some dreams? Like what do you think's gonna be like something that we could look for when we go to sleep?
Peaceful, longer dreams than normal.
Hmm.
Message is very, very clear with no confusion. That's my only thing with the full moon is as the full moon have a lot of power energy, it have a lot of distractions as well.
Hmm.
You get the opposite. You don't get all the distractions with a black moon.
Hmm.
It's clear answers.
That's good. You don't have to be
Yeah,
confused. Nothing.
right.
And also, I think it's a good thing to like use this black moon to like clear up any misunderstandings or mixed
Yeah.
signals, mixed messages.
Mhm.
Try to look for the clarity and all the things that you're not clear about, and that should be revealed.
Full moon can be very chaotic,
Hmm.
but this black moon is opposite of that.
Hmm.
Yep.
So, would you say it's a good time to like um, clear the air of old past negative things that you're not wanting to do because you feel like it's going to be chaotic? You think this is a good time to do it so it won't be chaotic at all? Like if you're trying to make drastic changes but you don't want to be sideswiped by chaos, this is like the perfect time to do it, right?
I would agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people who they're in bonds or contracts that in other situations there's an issue for them leaving or there's a
Hmm.
consequence. But during this time, if they want to cut something, it's like bam,
Yes,
there's
I
no
know.
resistance.
Yeah, I noticed that a major store change, a store chain just like they cut ties with a company that like right now they just chose like this week to do it, literally, without like a lot of chaos happening. They just announced it this week, which was kind of interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like Target and Ulta. They have Ultas inside of Target, and now they're separating and taking the Ultas out, so Ultas can just be by themselves, and Target's just going to be without Ulta now. And they announced it this week. So.
It, it's I'm still finding it fascinating how we could follow these store chains and these corporations
Mhm.
and we can see what the planets are doing.
Mhm.
And you
And
always catch that.
I catch it. Yeah, I see like a lot of ads. Like, do you remember that Versace ad I showed you?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up. It was I mean, you could literally translate it in symbolism to black moon, literally, almost. Okay, so let me see. So this was a diversity ad. And okay, so it's a black shirt with inverted triangles, which is the feminine triangle. And then these are pearls. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it still. And then you have black on black. So it's like pearls represent like, you know, the divine feminine, the triangles is the feminine, and then the black on black is like the black moon, pearls, moon, dark feminine. And they just put that out like earlier this week, I think, like maybe a couple days ago. And then
Yeah.
of course all the Ralph Lauren stuff coming out, the same stuff. But it's like it's interesting when you see what people drop at certain times if you just pay attention and you're aware. So it's like coincidence, or maybe they're doing it on purpose, or who knows. But it's still interesting to observe. They say they love when fashion meets the occult. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that fashion is the occult.
Mm-hmm. I think most fashion designers literally channel a lot of stuff because I was reading in a book and they say like alchemy is literally going through the great work to attract the divine essence and the divine energy to come like live through you there, so when people create fashion, when they create like clothing and jewelry and high fashion, they're doing the same thing. They're like dressing the gods. They want certain types of people wearing these clothes. They want certain energies to be attracted to these people that are wearing these clothes. And so they present them at certain times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's been the deal for like at least 8,000 years.
Yeah. So clothing is like in every magician book, every high magic book, clothing is a very intricate part of magic. The fabric, the colors, the day that you wear it on. And yeah.
With that being said, the classical occult uniform is all black everything.
Mm-hmm. So true. But I like how they're incorporating it more into fashion now. You can see it. It's not just hidden anymore. It's like right in your face. But that's good though, because a lot of people are looking for stuff like that, and they literally buy it up quick. So what have you seen out and about lately that kind of relates to the black moon, if you've seen anything?
Like in the news,
Or anywhere, yeah.
a lot more female, I'm not going to say activists, but politicians unapologetically speaking up
Mm-hmm.
and not being canceled.
Yeah.
That moon creates a lot of rebellion, effortless rebellion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that too. I think I've seen a lot of people like being very unapologetic because usually, yeah, they don't really care about that cancel culture. They're just like, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Y'all gonna hear this.
Yep. This is the time for that. If you're thinking about being more radical, this is a good timing for that.
Mm-hmm. So, like, someone said that the Congresswoman is talking about aliens.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see way more of that.
Okay, so I follow a few people online that I consider smart and into the occult.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily like an occult person, but like a rapper or like an entertainer. So y'all know one of my favorite rappers, Lupe Fiasco. Like if you follow him, I think he's on tour right now. And he's just starting to like post up like all this stuff about what he thinks. He's saying what he went to school for, and like just giving his opinion like unapologetically. Like it literally, some of it could cause controversy, but he's just saying it, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like, let's see if I can find it so I can show you. It's hilarious because he just don't care right now. Okay, so like this is his account, and this is what he posted. War is a marketing for religion. And then like you swipe, um, if in business as in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. So he's just like saying all this stuff. He's saying aliens and UFOs aren't real, but are promoted by the military to create and raise distractions from actual cutting edge technology. And then it says ghosts aren't real, but promoted by religion so that it can support and the concept of a spirit world. So he's just like saying all this stuff. He said, think in 500-year blocks. So he's saying all this stuff like, are you your own best friend? And this is not really something that like, and he did it again like several times within the last 2 days. So he's getting all this stuff out. It's hilarious. And the comments are going crazy.
You know what I think? I think that
But he did. The funny thing is he studied physics. He studied quantum physics in college, and he's like, I think he's building up to say that everything that is quote unquote mysterious is explainable by quantum physics and science, because that's literally what magic turns into once you get to a certain level. It literally turns into quantum physics. So I think that's what he's trying to get up to.
okay.
Yeah. So like it's very strategic what he posts, because he's like genius, but he's leading up to trying to teach the quantum physics that he learned in school, I guess, to his audience.
That's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like he channels
Yeah, because
and
he does
yep.
the kind of quantum physics that he learned. It was like a
Mhm.
weird thing to pronounce. It's like
Yeah.
the energy between the physical and the non-physical. So that's the specific type of quantum physics he studied. I can't pronounce it, but it starts with the M. But that's the type of physics he studied. What's between the ethereal stuff. That's what he studied. So,
That gets deep because any in between we know as a liminal point.
mm-hmm,
That's where magic occurs.
mm-hmm.
So I think he's indirectly studying magic at a intense degree. And if he's a genius, he won't lose his mind.
Okay, so this is what he said. I studied
Mesoscopic
yeah.
physics and RTSC.
Mm-hmm. So I looked it up, and it's literally a form of quantum physics where, like, between the material and the non-material world, there's this energy that's there that can't that can go into, you know, we would describe it as spiritual, but if you study that, it will explain spirituality or spirits. Okay. Say it one more time, please. Just go follow him on Instagram. That's what I said. There you go. Okay. So I thought it was interesting that he started putting all this stuff out, like literally with like in the last 2 days leading up to this. Just getting it all out.
Because we become more, I don't want to say more spiritual because that's cliche. We become more tapped in during these rare moon times. I'm going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
More tapped in.
And look what, okay, I don't mean to put a thirst trap out there. He's kind of old, but look what he's lifting. A black
kettlebell.
Yeah, like a black moon.
Yeah, I don't mean to put a thirst trap out there.
Okay, I'm sorry. And then look what else he posted. Right, look, see the black circle? That was like today, or yes, a couple days ago. So yeah. Anyway, So there's a lot of like symbolism of Black Moon and da da da. You said thirst trap, I'm dead. He's sitting out the warning. Well, he didn't have no shirt on, so I had it out. Okay. And he also studies martial arts. I know you study martial arts too. Y'all have that in common.
Yeah, you've been a Lupe Fiasco fan for a long time.
A long time.
Long time.
Yeah. Like I like because like the mute like the lyrics are like intellectual lyrics. Like you can literally listen to his music and learn stuff and come back like smarter.
Yeah. You will always point that out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he will always be talking about current times in his music.
Mm-hmm.
Genius.
Yeah, definitely. So like when I first heard his music, I was like, what is this? Okay. And ever since then I've been listening. So yeah, he's very symbolic, likes wordplay, knows a lot of, occult stuff and all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't listened to him, yeah, try it out. But I think like some of the Black Moon symbolism also has come with a lot of people posting stuff too. You just go look through people's accounts that know a little something, something, you know?
Would you say that the moon has deities or a deity that influence these artists to project its influence at certain times?
Yes, I think sometimes people don't even realize it, but until later on, like they've been influenced to do something, but they think it's them doing it. So
Okay.
it could be just something simple, like what they chose to wear, what like the music that they chose to, put on the back of a reel on Instagram, or just how they chose to wear their clothes or jewelry, and they don't realize until later. Like, wait a minute, why did I put that on? Because I was subliminally something.
I think in ancient times people were a lot more aware of this, right? The first female poet and writer, her name was Enchantments, and I think she was around 6,000 years ago. She was a priestess of the moon, a priestess of Nana, the moon god, and she like built temples. She was a princess slash queen slash warrior, very influential in Sumeria.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of moon goddesses, and I feel like the moon itself is a goddess, honestly, like a celestial being that is a goddess. And some of the women throughout history or the goddesses, the moon is the archetype and symbol in itself. So that's how I feel. But definitely all the goddesses that are lunar goddesses definitely tapped into that power. How do you spell her name, please? The goddess you just mentioned?
Enheduanna. Enheduanna. Or you could just type in first female poet or first female writer. Her name's gonna pop right up.
Okay. Yeah. So have you noticed that like people are getting more rituals done or more readings done at this time?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What kind of questions are they asking? Not to be nosy, but like I'm just curious because I don't do readings anymore. But when I used to get a lot of people like trying to get readings at around certain times. So I know that's y'all are probably doing over there. What kind of questions?
It's easy. All you gotta do is follow the moon, right? So during a time where it's like a full moon, people are they're a lot more chaotic. They want peace, right? New moon, they want to plant seeds. It's all seasonal. It's all seasonal. But right now, a lot of people are trying to break from contracts. They are trying to break up in a relationship that would have been toxic. They're trying to leave from their parents' home that they lived in for a long time. Long-term contracts are being dismantled right now. So that's what everybody's asking about. That's what everybody's asking about.
People have been contacting me, and that probably got work done by me a long time ago, but I don't do it no more. But they've been asking me for breakup spells and all this kind of stuff. I don't do that. Not for other people anyway.
See? So I noticed that very consistent. Even if it's not a breakup spell, it's they want to leave their job that have been financially supporting them, but the job have been in a toxic environment. So a lot of breaking unhealthy attachments have been the deal.
Do you think it's a good time to also break addictions if people are having addictions and stuff like that?
Good question. That's a funny question. So it is hard to break addictions during this time because this is a time where people might be a little bit more lonely than usual. And that, people usually cater to their addictions in times that they're more lonely. So I'm not saying I'm not saying it's not a time, but it's harder to. It's harder to.
Okay. So would you recommend doing those type of spells right now or not? Because I know some people ask me. Not, I didn't answer them back because I don't do that work anymore. But
that's a great question. What I would suggest, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, right? Because sometimes, like, you could just use your willpower to break addiction. I would more recommend someone do a spell for changing their life and the scenery around their life, like 360. Because right now, that's what will manifest. Because we got the void. So doing a ritual during the void, 30 days from now, you will not even be able to fathom your current situation. You wouldn't even be able to draw it up in your mind because that's how drastic your life can change. If that's your focus during this time.
Okay. So, okay, that's good. Well, my focus, I'm just gonna I think it's a good idea to find more ways to earn money, hidden ways that you haven't seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
So, insight, reflection on what you've been missing, and that's going to clear up on many more ways that you can bring in abundance and prosperity. Because a lot of times people ask me and they're just overlooking the obvious sometimes. And, the answer is right there in their face, but they're not able to see it clearly. I think if people do those types of rituals by clear the way so that they can see ways to get more, see ways to earn more, see ways to have more streams of income, I think that's a good spell to do right now. Because it's going to be weird. So you're going to use more ways than you normally would if you would do this spell work.
That's what we're focusing on, right? Especially the hidden money gem, the hidden money gem during the black moon.
Yeah, I think a lot of people with money are doing those type of spells right now to reveal more ways to get this.
Yes.
Easier ways that cost less.
I like that because one hidden money opportunity that you tap into could be your meal ticket to wealth. Just one. It could be that one thing that you ain't see that you did a ritual, and then now that's the thing that made you wealthy. So I really like this type of ritual.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I was just telling someone, I was like, what we start off doing, we don't end up doing. We always
Mm.
find new paths, new ways, different stuff. And so don't get stuck because, constant, introspection and learning more stuff and looking instead of just being closed up about everything can reveal so much more.
They said that change is the only constant thing in the universe.
Hmm.
So that means that there's things that we cannot see that is going to be favorable for us.
Hmm.
I'm interested in all of that. I want to see all of that. So I that's why I'm doing magic on. I want to see the stuff that I can't see.
Okay. So like knowledge that, knowledge, I think that's a good one too. Um,
Mm, knowledge. Mhm.
Hidden agendas from, revealing themselves.
Mhm.
Hmm. So that's what I want to see. Um, so I'm gonna ask the people in the comments what type of spell work are y'all doing? Like type it out in the comments and I'm gonna read some of them. But we do have 4 questions. Wanted to save them.
All right.
Let me ask this one. Okay, so Chelsea Brown is just airing out all her business, but she's saying that she's using her menses and self-love. I'm gonna just put it like that so we don't get flagged. For 13 days to do some powerful money manifestation, energy clearing, and self-love. She just wanted to share it. She just wanted to tell us. Okay, wonderful. Okay, thank you. Good luck. Then we have Senio that became a member. Thank you. And we have Chelsea Brown again saying that we missed her super chat. Thank you, girl. And then we have another one. It's like the zodiac sign Cancer is ruled by the moon, and signs is said that to be intuitive, nurturing, and motherly. Okay. So, what do you know about the sign in Cancer being ruled by the moon? I guess they're just giving us information. I don't think these are questions. So, thank y'all for sharing.
Okay, so
You can expand on it.
yeah, okay. Cancer is the moon. It's intuitive, motherly, nurturing, caring, compassionate. But it's deeper than that though. Right? The moon is immensely emotional, right? The main thing about Cancer in the moon is emotional security. So, for example, the zodiac sign Cancer, if they are not emotionally secure or if home life is not stable, they will be chaotic. The Cancers will be chaotic. That is everything. But high emotional energy is immensely psychic. So Cancers, by default, all Cancers are psychic. Pisces, Cancers, Scorpio, all psychic,
Mhm.
right? Cancers are the most emotional sign in the entire zodiac, right? I would definitely say we can study a Cancer zodiac and learn of the attributes of the moon. Absolutely. But there's deep compartments of the moon. For example, lunatic. That's a real energetic that comes from that zodiac sign, right? That the Cancer can possess, right? So the moon is immensely occult. So Cancers are the moon. Strong energetics, and it's very important for them to be emotionally secure because things could turn intense. But Cancers make money. All water signs. The water signs are the money the money signs. The water signs make the most money. So that's something to know too.
Yeah, and I think that's because water signs are like you say, currency. They kind of flow, and they don't fight against stuff. They just go with the flow of nature, and they just let things
Hmm.
be, let new things come in and old things go out, so that there's a renewal of energy all the time. They don't
Yep.
feel things are blocking them, because water literally pushes stuff out of the way to make room for new, you know, for the new. So it's literally cleansing currencies, like cleaning money, literally. So,
Hmm.
and it's honestly, I think a lot more people don't realize that, like, if you just have some water running, a fountain sound, even just on your computer or your phone, just going all the time, it's going to stop you from self-sabotaging yourself by, like, putting blockages in your way or thinking of things as blockages, because you're going to constantly hear that water flowing and pushing all of that out, right out of your way. You know? So I think that's a good thing to have water sounds if you feel like you're always blocked.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Listen to some water.
That, like you said, that clears up money blockages.
Hmm. So definitely do that. Yeah, money flows in
Hmm.
and in. Um, so what kind of spell work can you do to prosper financially now? That's someone's asking. Money, abundance, prosperity. What do you want?
So I got just about every type of money candle that you can get. I got every type of good luck, fast money
Hmm.
candle. You can get lottery, bingo, money incense, feng shui incense, um, I got the Josh paper. During this time, any and every, you could just buy as many different good luck things as possible and enchant them. Anything you enchant during a rare moon will be charged,
Hmm.
right? Even if your enchantment is just saying your intentions over it.
Hmm.
And I enchant these items under the black moon to bring me more prosperity.
Hmm.
Start with that if you're a beginner. And then you will add on incantations and other languages like Latin or Sumerian, things like that. And then after that, you might work with deities. But if you start there, and once you see the result right away, you'll be inspired to get into the stuff even deeper.
Hmm.
And then you'll get inspired to learn the actual science of it.
Hmm. And I also want to talk about the cloaking stuff. You know, it's a good time to do cloaking magic too. Like if you want to stay under the radar or hidden from certain people or from certain things happening. Sorry, my earring came out. It's a good time to do that
Yeah,
type of work.
I am a firm believer in that those that are jealous of us can absolutely ruin our plans.
Hmm.
And the haters can't ruin things for you if they can't see you.
Right.
So cloaking magic prevents them from even thinking about you.
Yeah.
You go under the radar. So Black Moon, right?
So whenever someone hears cloaking, they always think about like the Harry Potter blanket. Like, sorry, I'm trying to put this piece of hair back completely. But what can you do? Like, if you get you a little special blanket and put it out in the dark moon, in the black moon, and somebody's like watch a little bit too much Harry Potter, and they're like, "This is gonna be my cloaking blanket," and they charge that blanket in the full moon. Whenever they do cloaking magic or stay under the radar spells, they can use that particular blanket or that robe or whatever thing that they charge, whatever piece of clothing that they charge in the dark moon, they put that on when they do their spells. Someone said the invisibility cloak. Yeah.
what everyone has to understand is that's exactly where they got that from in the movie, was that
Mhm.
magicians would take items like a jacket or a blanket, charge it
Mhm.
a certain way, and it was to remain hidden with the spell work that they were doing, because they did not want other magicians to be able to see them. And those
Mhm.
were your original cloaking jackets and
Mhm.
blankets and all of that. And Harry Potter, that the movie was inspired by that practice. So the cloaking. So with that being said, the cloaking blanket is a real thing. When
Yep.
was the cloaking blanket created?
Long ago.
During a rare moon,
Mhm.
right?
So
Right.
enemies can't attack what they can't detect. So Lady Eve says.
Right.
That's
A
so true.
black
So,
moon deals with all forms of invisibility, whether
okay.
it's literal or spiritual. Mhm.
That's good. I'm gonna charge me some items, some clothing items out there as well, so I could put those on when I do certain things.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I
Mhm.
think y'all may need to make some cloaking items
Yeah.
with some sprinkle. So a lot. Yeah,
Yes.
you
Right.
said. I like to do like something that I could wear that just goes with everything. Like you could do a black jacket, you could do a blanket, you could do a robe, you could do like for ladies, you could do like a kimono or a robe or just whatever. But
Hmm.
or several pieces of clothing.
Be creative. You know what I'm saying? Cloak yourself in the astrals.
Oh
Some
yeah.
of y'all are pretty good at lucid dreaming.
So if you cloak yourself in the astral, how do you go about charging something for that? Just with a blanket that you're going to sleep with?
Well, you would sleep with that blanket, but
Mhm.
I mean, black salt. What do you call that? White flour,
Mhm.
and you put the blanket in the middle. You make a double circle with black salt and white flour. Black salt and white flour, they say, is spirit proof.
Okay.
So you creating a force field, right? And that could be like around your bed, and you charge that blanket with certain incantations or intentions or affirmations, and you sleep in that blanket. For a lot of the in, main ingredient for this stuff to work is to have a very good imagination,
Mhm. Definitely. Agree with
right?
that.
Um, in ancient societies, the idea of what we call imagination wasn't even a concept. If you visualize something, it was seen as real.
Mhm.
In the Western world, we believe that whatever you imagine or see is fake, but that's not an original concept of understanding. So that's
Mm.
something for a lot of people to know.
Okay, yeah, that's so true. That's why there's like in ancient religions and cultures they have these stories that sound like imagination, but they took them as reality.
Yes.
Um, definitely. So someone said they made a black moon water necklace with labradorite chips in it, and literally the next day they wore it, and somebody paid for all their groceries.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. This stuff works like that.
So I never thought to make like a black moon water necklace. So you get like one of these little. I don't have one with me, but like a little vial,
Yeah.
and you put some black moon water in it with some like obsidian. What was this? Did she say obsidian? Some
Hmm.
chips, like the chips, or like a black stone if you
Yeah.
got that. And then like they have the necklaces that you can wear with the vials on it, and
And
or you can put your purse in your pocket.
you know what would top that necklace off
Hmm.
is any form of real silver for the necklace piece, because silver is moon.
That's right.
There you go. Go get y'all, make y'all black moon water necklace.
That's a good idea. Thank you for sharing that, ma'am.
Thanks for sharing that. That was a good one.
Okay. So, okay. If you don't want to wear a necklace, can't you just sprinkle some of that water on you before you go out? To do that.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Spray.
What's the best thing about the water is that water becomes whatever you program it to become.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we
So,
make baths and all of that.
yeah, I'm gonna make me some of that too. Thanks for that. I'm gonna make mine in a spray though. I have these cute little spray bottles that are like blinged out and stuff. You can get these even like you buy Amazon. You put some of my moon water in here with a little maybe some chips or something. Do that too because that's like I have stuff like that all the time that people just think it's perfume. All right. But that's someone says cloaking spray. Yeah, like when you driving dirty. Just kidding. You driving down the street, you don't want to get stopped. You won't get me.
Hey, but the black moon is also seductive though.
Uh-huh.
Lilith, the black moon deity, or the most popular black moon deity is Lilith.
Ooh, you just gave me an idea. I'm gonna charge my pheromones. You know, because like I have pheromones and I have like I have my own little kit now. The SHERA 7 pheromones. And so if you charge these pheromones, and it's already like Lilith colors. So the colors are like red and black. So you charge these pheromones under the dark. It's gonna make them more powerful. I'm charging my pheromone, all of them.
Yeah, I like that.
So if y'all have pheromones, charge them. Some of y'all wear. I know you make a oud with pheromones in it, don't you?
Yeah. I put pheromones in them. Oh man.
Somebody else?
Okay, so I got a pheromone trick.
Okay. Share.
When you put the pheromones on,
Mm-hmm.
you could start marking scent trails. You walk in a sigil because that's the scent trail. The moon, there's something that we call moon glyphs.
Okay.
Moon sigils. You walk in the formation of a moon glyph and you mark your trail however you want to mark your trail, right? This could be anything. For example, say you're gonna have a business meeting at this restaurant. Walk in the restaurant, put the pheromones on, walk in the sigil, and walk right back out. And then an hour later, go to your business meeting. Before you get there, your scent is there.
Mm-hmm.
And you could program your scent by programming those oils that you just showed. Yeah, pheromones is. I love pheromones because I learned about pheromones through ninjutsu, ninja science. That's how I learned about pheromones.
Really? I didn't know that.
Ninjas would use pheromones so that they can go undetected, especially from guard dogs and things like that. They use seduction techniques to get through certain guards. The pheromones was a big one because once you get to past the nose, you go straight to the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know what y'all I know y'all have the pheromone the ooze with some pheromones in it because you told me. But candles. Pheromone candles. Okay.
Hold on. Are those pheromone candles?
Hmm?
Those are pheromone candles?
Yes.
That's a game changer.
Okay. So charge your candles, charge your pheromones, charge your perfumes for that, that dark black moon Lilith.
Yes.
Spray it up. Light that candle when you trying to do a little something.
Charge it with whatever you got. Don't sit this one out. It's going. Yeah. Don't sit this one out.
Yeah, all my stuff's gonna be outside tomorrow or in the window. Like, what you doing out there? Don't mind your business. We put this cloak and spray around so nobody be bothering me. What about charging makeup brushes? Yeah, charge your makeup brushes. I got some new ones. What about, okay, I know you're a guy, but you got a coven full of women over there. What about charging like makeup and cosmetics and like makeup brushes and stuff in the colognes for men and like face skin products?
That works, of course, because it's an item, right? Matter can be charged. But like, like a vanity mirror or any mirror, right? You putting that stuff on you in the mirror. Do the magic into the mirror or at the mirror, charge the mirror, right? Inside of the mirror, right, is a portal. There are entities like vanity entities, enchantresses, seductresses, and things like those. There's entities that live in that dimension in the mirror. You can charge that mirror up while charging those items up, and then you got a whole force you're working with.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you can just put a mirror outside.
Yeah,
the moon.
Man. Or like you get like one of those pocket mirrors, and that's the mirror you use to put your makeup and all that stuff on. But that mirror you're charging, and you're just using. For example, it's like I'm just using this mirror for seduction. I'm just using this mirror for glam or magnetism. That stuff works.
So you can have your different mirrors for different things.
Yes.
It's my seduction mirror. When I look at it, I'm gonna, get the energy of the seductress. Take that with you, whatever. Then, like for glamour or beauty, you could charge your mirror that you use to make up your face.
And then if that mirror works, then you can customize it more. Like this mirror is to attract wealthy providers. This is my wealthy provider's mirror.
Right.
Things like that.
And then you take it out with you and put it in your purse.
Yeah, put it in your purse.
Look, enchanted mirror from the black moon for seductress and attracting wealth and
enchant any and everything you can. Because this is science.
Yes.
What we're talking about is backed by quantum physics.
It is. So we're enchanting objects with the energy that's surrounding and attracting the energies and the deities and the, all the whatever, the vibrations, whatever y'all want to call it. We're all like enchanting our objects that we use daily with this rare moon to create better results for whatever we're doing.
Right. I really like this thing right here. I got this Mojo bag and it has a mini lottery ticket.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
So you play the lottery and carry that, get you a couple of dollars.
The lottery is interesting because it's going off a binary code, and you're either hacking the code to pull money, or you are gambling with the code at a chance to pull money. But you are playing with numbers. Everything in the lottery is based off of ones and zeros. So you're just trying to figure out the ones and zeros to attract wealth overnight. Most people can't do it, but some people can. I know somebody who won the lottery twice. And that's how I knew it was a science. Because that person is a mathematician.
Okay, so they were tapped in and they knew what they was doing mathematically.
That's how I knew this whole thing would. That's one of the reasons that I know this whole thing with money is a science. That, and it's an art form that can be perfected or mastered, or you can get good at it if you're terrible at it. And that's one of the things that make me fascinated about this whole thing with money.
Okay, so can you charge your money in the moonlight or in the moon darkness? There's gonna be no light. In the black moon, can you charge money?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you why. This thing have so many sigils on it,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's more of a magical instrument
Mm-hmm.
than a dollar bill, right? So you got a pyramid inside the dollar bill.
Mm-hmm.
That pyramid charging under the moon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't ever tell people to go on Chat GPT, but I want y'all to go on Chat GPT and look for all of the occult symbols on the dollar bill, right? And you're gonna get paragraphs and paragraphs of occult symbols. And if there's sigils on the dollar bill, that means that dollar bill is alive. So of course, if it's sitting under the black moon, it could charge. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Of
someone says
course.
black moon peak is 2:06 a.m. Eastern time for everyone.
That means tomorrow, get it cracking.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel like you're gonna go to sleep, set your alarm and wake up at 1:30
Mm-hmm.
to get it cracking again.
Tomorrow is Friday too. So
That's right. Friday.
mm-hmm.
Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Venus is Lakshmi, money. All right. But yeah, we're doing a giant money ritual, black moon money ritual, of course. So if y'all interested, hit me up.
Okay, I'm gonna put your information. It's already pinned at the top
Yes.
and in the description.
Text me ASAP. 917-605-1469.
Sorry. Yeah, it's at the top pinned.
I'm real passionate about this stuff.
Yeah, I could tell.
I think I got into it around 17. And when I noticed that it worked, the one thing I wanted to do was share it with everybody. I had to figure a lot of this stuff out on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do you? Okay, so don't have any doubts when you're doing your spell work, y'all. Keep a
That's right.
clear, open mind. It's gonna work. Get rid of self-doubt, and just do your rituals and enchant your objects, and get your moon water, get your spray, your cloaking spray, your cloaking robe, your cloaking blankets or whatever, and just, enjoy. Like, I think part of spiritual work and spell work and all that kind of stuff, it should be enjoyed. It should be like something that you do to enjoy and prepare, and just, how you decorate your house. You make an ambiance, and you do certain things to enjoy your space. It's the same thing. You need to do the same thing and enjoy your life as a result of, all those things that you're doing spiritually as well. Don't take it super seriously, don't overthink it, and don't doubt yourself. Just enjoy it. That's what I say.
I like that. Because if you don't have the passion, then you just going through the motions, and then there's no magic in that.
Yeah. It's like cooking out of a recipe book versus knowing how to cook, from the top of your knowing why certain things.
Yeah, they call it the why, or like the biggest component is desire.
Mm-hmm.
Desire, that's what created this universe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We call it in Vedic science the throb.
Right. So the desire to do this, it has to be strong because you're going to attract the results even stronger too.
Although some of these applications are serious, it should still be fun. A lot of people miss that component as well. They think because it's serious that it should just be serious and not fun. It can be fun. You just have to follow the instructions.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun for me. I've been doing it a long time though, so put on some good music, get your wine charged, get all your stuff out there, charging it, take a black moon bath, have fun, just enjoy while reaping the benefits.
I got a question for you. What is what age did you do your first ritual?
Ritual or spell? I'll say spell. I was probably about 13 or 12. I know I was like on between junior high and maybe elementary school. So it had to be around there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say that you were a occultist as a teenager?
Yeah, very much so. I had all the books from the library about the occult, about this, about that. Like that was me. Because you couldn't just buy books like online back then. You had to go to the stores and buy the occult books or go to the library and get them. So I had all reading. I was studying since like 5th grade, honestly. That's when I got my first occult book in the 5th grade. Checked it out of the library. So yeah, since 5th grade.
That's what's up.
And I think a lot of people they don't like to talk about like what they do a lot because some people feel like, oh well, people hit you up and ask you to do stuff, and I used to for other people, but I don't do that anymore. So I don't like talking about it too much because I don't offer services, but you do. So a lot of people always ask me where can I go for spell work or occult college, Terrane Hicks. Y'all go hit him up or definitely get your magic working or learn how to do it or sign up for how to learn how to do rituals and all that kind of stuff. So it definitely works. Been doing it for a long time. How do you react to people that tell you like, oh well, you need to turn to Jesus? Been doing it a long time. Like,
how do I react to that?
Yeah, like people just come in the comments like Jesus is the way. Jesus, same stuff.
So it's funny because I don't feel like we go on their channels and do that to them. So I think they actually secretly curious.
I know they are. What they going over there? Why?
Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll never catch me on a Christian channel trolling because I'm not interested in that. So, like, what y'all doing over here?
I know. That's why I don't block them. I'm just gonna say up there. I know y'all over there secretly taking notes.
Yeah, they secretly they're curious. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, they over there taking notes.
But if they keep watching, they're going to turn.
Yeah, y'all better stay away from here.
Yeah, but that's why I tell them stay away from the channel. There you go.
You're like, let me try just in case. I ain't got,
Yep.
Let me see. Let me just see. I'm going to get a candle from the Dollar Tree. Let me just see. And then when it start working, you're gonna be like tuning in every week.
So like recently, like I found the Bible. I was at a hotel room. The hotel had a Bible, and I got trolled. And I opened up the passage. And I was like, "Listen, your Bible says that y'all not supposed to be doing this."
Okay. So they are in the wrong.
Yeah, they according to the book that they practice. Yeah. But I feel like I really feel like they are interested. There's something in their soul where it's like they want to practice magic, but they told us bad. So they're they're going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Their spirit is like telling them that this is in their bloodline.
Mm-hmm. I believe
Yeah.
they can't stay away from it, but
They can't stay away from it because, like, why would you be on a channel called the Occult College?
Mm-hmm. I think they start to feel guilty, and so then they just say, "Well, just in case, let me like get some brownie points, for my religion, and say Jesus is the way." But I'm still
Maybe Jesus will forgive me for
just in case.
watching this channel for 2 seconds.
Uh-huh. I think their guilt starts to come in there.
Let me show Jesus I'm still rocking with him. I just watched 30 seconds. Jesus, I still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they're really smart, they'll see that Jesus actually in the stories of Jesus in the Bible, he actually practiced the occult as well.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Mm-hmm. He spoke in parables, metaphors. He performed quote unquote miracles or spells, as they
A
told
lot of
him.
magic.
He studied alchemy, studied in ancient Egypt. I mean, all that stuff is literally what we study today. So he was never part of the Christian religion itself. He was ostracized by the church of that day, and they're the one that So if anything, he would be over here, not over there.
That's right. If he was alive, he'd be a modern occultist.
He sure would. Okay. And he had a coven for all the men. They should have been women now. The 12 apostles, that was his coven. Okay.
The 12 apostles.
That was the coven.
Hey, I've never seen it like that.
Okay, and they had one queen, and she was Mary. That was the goddess. That was his main squeeze. All right, so, anyway, so yeah, that was his coven, and he was doing some stuff. Okay, that's what the Last Supper was. It was a ritual. Okay, laid out. He told them all the stuff to gather for the ritual. Y'all bring this to the ritual. Y'all bring that. We're gonna make something happen. Okay. Anyway, anything else you want to add before we wrap it up? Because I know you got to go. I don't know how long you're trying to stay on.
I got a little bit of time. But what else do I want to add? During the new moon or any rare moon, alcohol becomes very potent. In Brazilian science, we call charged alcohol, we call it marafo. MARAFO. It is not alcohol anymore. It is a potion. So during a real moon, when you consume alcohol, it will send you off at the level of a psychedelic. So, be careful when you consume alcohol. Be very intentional. Don't overdrink. You'll be surprised at the downloads you get when drinking alcohol, especially dark red wine, which is very powerful through rituals. What else do I want to add? Especially for people who feel like they're new to this type of stuff, the worst thing you can do is be too afraid to practice. I know people who've been practicing for a long time, and they don't have any horror stories or any. They wasn't sent into the psych ward and stuff like that. So don't be too cautious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What else?
Okay, someone is asking if there are any specific things that women can do on their cycle during this time.
Bury the blood.
What's that going to do? Bury the blood with intention?
Bury the blood with intention, right? And wait to the next black moon to dig it up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then now you got something supercharged. How long does it take for that next black moon? About 33 months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, let me see. In 33 months, we're gonna have 3 black moons in a row. Something like that. Yeah. And we won't have a situation like that for the next 100 years. But yeah, so that's a great time to dig that up. Right.
Okay.
Bury that, put your intentions in it, wait 33 months, dig it up. And so you don't dig that up into the next black moon. Whatever that potion is, going to be immensely potent for whatever you set your intentions to it with. The most expensive oud oil, right? So it took a tree 100 years to produce the resin for oud. It took the tree about 100 years. And then there were these chants that they call zikrs that a practitioner would do over it for like 5 years. And then that secretion of liquid came in something called a tram. And the tram is about this much oil. And that costed maybe like $1,000. So that's how oud was originally distributed.
Okay.
That blood would be something like that. Something that takes time to create and time to gain its potency. You know what I'm saying? Very similar to like how we can drink wine from like 70 years ago and it's like worth like $5,000. And it has the potency. So that's what they could do with the blood.
Yeah.
But blood can create anything that you desire. So be careful with your intention.
Especially with menstrual blood, because there's stem cells in it, which is what creates life. It's also like what is like the building blocks of life. So very, very, and you could definitely use that energy from the stem cells to create, like for lots of creation energy.
Right.
Whatever you're trying to create.
Yep. That's right.
And it's more potent, if collected and buried under the black moon too.
That's right.
Okay, so thank you. Can you guys talk about dragons and serpents in the occult? Does this have anything to do with black moon or enchantments and stuff in the black moon? Can you relate it somehow? I know in different cultures they use dragons as energies and deities and stuff like that for certain things. So
the only thing I can correlate this to is that the black moon does have because it's a rare time, it can open up very rare doors where you can encounter like things that your average human cannot see or encounter, like dragons. So yeah, if you want to see something, this would be an opportune time. That's the only thing I can correlate. Right.
Okay. All right. What is the forecast if it's cloudy and raining? Okay, what if it's cloudy and raining?
It don't matter.
It's still a dark
that moon is still there. Remember, the dark moon, you can't see it anyway. It's invisible, whether the sky is out or not. You can't see it. The energy is still there. That's a great question.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If it rains, I think that rain is going to be even more powerful than just some, moon water from your tap or some spring water you got from the bottle. I think if it actually rains, collect the rain black moon water. That's going to be more potent.
That is textbook right there. That is so textbook occult. Um,
Hmm.
the best thing to do during any moon is collect rainwater if you can.
Hmm.
Moon rainwater is top of the top. You know, the worst thing you can do as far as water is collect fake water,
Hmm.
right? They say live spring water or natural rainwater.
Hmm.
So that's something for y'all to know.
Yeah. Advice on how to attract clients. You're getting into financial domination, and I'm really ready to break these men's wallets. Lilith, dark
Lilith,
energy.
I was just going to say that. Lilith, you might want to hit me up for the Black Moon Lilith ritual.
Hmm.
Hit
So
me up for that one.
you need that dark feminine energy. You need that Lilith energy. You need that
Yeah.
that powerful dark feminine energy. Um,
Mhm.
and also do a prosperity spell or a wealth spell or a better business spell at the time.
Lilith is like the patron deity of the Black Moon because of the shadow stuff,
Hmm.
the shadow magic that comes with the Black Moon.
She's trying to get into financial domination. Yeah. Hmm. Well, you know what? That's a good field to get into. Good luck. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do you know what sign your Black Moon Lilith is in, SHERA? No, I don't. I don't know any of that stuff. I don't get into astrology as deep as some of y'all do. But I think somebody told me one time. I just forgot. I I don't even know. One of y'all probably know. This is funny.
Hmm.
Have you had somebody like do your chart and you don't even know who they are? They're just like telling all your business. I have
Hmm.
people in my comments telling my chart. It's probably wrong, but I don't know. But I don't know it. So anyway, how did his friend win the lottery twice? That was interesting. Okay, they're asking you about your friend that won the lottery.
He was a mathematician and he did a ritual. He said for 6 months, writing a note that he wanted to win the lottery every single day. And I forgot what he did with numbers, but it was something that he knew with numbers because he was a mathematician. So that's all he told me. But he told me he wrote a letter to himself that he wanted to win the lottery. He said he wrote that letter once per day, every single day for 6 months.
Okay, so he manifested that,
Y-
basically.
Yes. I think after the first time, I don't know what ritual he did the second time, but I feel like after the first time it was a walk in the park.
Mhm. So that I mean that's some dedication. So
If I'm I think he owns like a casino now or something like that. But it was interesting because I connected with him around like 23 years old or something like that, and it was interesting because this is a time that I started really studying quantum physics and quantum mechanics and the occult, and we met. So I thought that whole thing was very interesting.
hmm yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. So somebody's talking about black cherry juice if they instead of wine, like
Pomegranate juice would do
cherry.
better.
hmm Pomegranate juice because of the connection to Lilith and the goddess.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, if you can't get none, I guess black cherry juice is fine, but use that one because it is, connected to the dark feminine energy.
dark. So you know, dark red, red and black. Red apples. You know what I'm saying? Dark red apples. Lilith. Mm-hmm.
Someone says, what if your mental health is off? Should you still do rituals and spells?
How off?
Somebody said, how off?
That's the question. That you know, I think
a little bit cuckoo.
Man, I think when it comes to the occult, mental health is a big deal, right? Because I have grown up with people that have lost their minds, but they were already they already had some mental health issues.
You know, we should do a whole video on that one time. Let's talk about that.
we could definitely do that because you got to be mentally sound if you're going to be tapping into this stuff, liminal points and these dark goddesses that, you know, you got to have some mental stability there. That's a big deal.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people take stuff too seriously when, like it's like a religious fanatic. There's people that go to church, they read their Bible or their Torah or their Quran, and then there's people that take it too far. So I think grounding yourself, and if you are mentally off, definitely take them meds and start with something very light and palatable, nothing too heavy. And I think learning and reading more than doing any type of rituals is going to help with the understanding first and foremost, instead of just jumping right into something that you don't know anything about, because that invokes a lot of fear sometimes.
One of my biggest red flags in me taking on a student for one-on-one mentorship is if they're too much of a fanatic getting into this. Because from my experience, it does not end well. I'm not saying be really interested into this, but when you get to the point where you're a fanatic in the occult, you got to like tone it back just a little bit, because it's never okay to be a fanatic with anything, even this. So the minute I see a sign of that, I'm like, nah.
Like, calm down.
Yeah, calm down just a little bit, because if you're a fanatic, it's you will be a zealot in your approach in some fashion or form, and that's not good. That never ends well. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest red flag for anybody who wants to be a student. I'm gonna be listening to how into this you are. Yeah.
Yeah, because if it can take over your entire life and distract you from the stuff that's important,
like family life, your job, right? You got people that are into certain things and they're homeless. You don't want to be. I'm not training anybody like that.
I've had people buying spell work that were literally homeless. I'm like,
right. Yeah, homeless. And you know, if you have children and stuff like that, you got to take care of home. You got to balance things out. You know what I'm saying? So to be into this requires a mature mind. This is why they didn't teach stuff like the Kabbalah until you were like 45 years old. The mind have to be mature to practice these intensities.
Yeah. And, you know, that's one of the reasons I stopped doing work, because people wouldn't get their priorities in the correct order, and they were using spirituality as a scapegoat, or they were using spirituality as a way to ignore all the red flags of self-sabotage. So I had stopped. I was like, you know what? Just pay your bills.
I respect that. I like that. Just pay your bills.
I have to take money from a homeless person one more time to do spell work, to do some unblocking for them. instead of going to work every day, they stayed in their house and forgot to pay the rent for 3 months. You can't tell them that. So I said, I can't.
You know, sometimes you gotta get a job.
They were an eviction notice on the door. Talk about, can you do me a favor? I'm about to be this girl.
That's never okay for adults.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, I can't. I said, so anyway, yeah, you got to be responsible, mentally stable, financially stable. That's number one. I think people should be financially stable as well as mentally stable before they get into the occult rituals or doing spell work as well. So
I love that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I co-sign that 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah, because you make different decisions and you do things differently based on how comfortable you are.
That's right.
Or how desperate you are.
Yeah, desperation, you know where that leads to.
Mm-hmm. So, or or emotionally stable as well, because I have some people that are just used to come to me for spell work to do some stuff, and then they regretted it the next day, and they were like, "Can you undo it?" If you emotionally wishy-washy, you don't need to be doing spell work or buying spell work either. You need to be patient and wait a few days. Okay. So the divine says, don't do antidepressants help or hinder.
It's not a good idea. It's going to mess with it's going to mess with your astral sight. It's definitely going to block a certain sight, but not just antidepressants. Tylenol, St. John's wort, L-tripit, all of that stuff. It will hinder marijuana. All of that stuff will hinder what you see in the astrals.
Yeah, and like when people do spiritual work or prepare to do rituals, a lot of them, the high magic books definitely say to fast, and they also mean fasting from all those other things too.
Yes.
So, and then on like after you do the ritual or right before you do the ritual, they'll let you do something. But it's like fasting also includes drugs.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I also feel like that's another reason why mentally, unbalanced people or people that take a lot of, mental health meds, if they're trying to do all this high magic work and they're trying to vibrate at a certain frequency, but they have to go off their meds to do it, I don't think that's a good idea. So I think that's another reason to get someone like you to do the spell work
for you.
Because you own, you can't, partake if you have to be on the medication.
That, and I might be able to know when someone is ready to do their own stuff or coach them into slowly being able to do that safely. That's a big deal. Yep.
Okay. But there are people that do spell works that smokes. Well, if there was somebody that did spell work that didn't smoke and, were just as knowledgeable and good and, their frequency might be a little higher. So
there you go.
Depends on who you're going to.
Depends on who you're going to.
So, anybody can do spell work whether you smoke or not. But like if you go
if
you got a choice.
I agree with that.
Okay. How can we work on release and calling in multiple things during the moon? Also live up high in an apartment or no balcony. Want to charge many items. Any tips?
You right there. You up there with the moon. You're in the balcony. Put all your stuff out there. That's one. But how can we work on releasing and calling in multiple things during this moon? Take your time, write it down, sort it out. Use the old school ink, like Christopher Columbus and them did, with like parchment paper. You go to Michael's and get real ink that
Mhm.
you dab into the ink thing, write everything down. Write everything down. Take your time and write intentions down. So if it's releasing and calling in multiple things, write down those multiple things.
I have
Right?
ink. I have a bunch of ink, like and dip pens and all that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So
Yeah.
that's like one of my hobbies.
Okay. And just sit out there on the balcony and have at it.
Charge their ink.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So yeah. You said Terrane is funny, and he said you are right there with the moon.
You up there?
Mhm. Closer to the moon.
You closer to the moon.
You can get more of that energy hitting your stuff, hitting your enchanted objects.
Have you ever did magic in the mountains, like in high altitude?
No, I have never. I've been to the mountains like one time, and it was like for a vacation. I was thinking about magic at that time because I was like with other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
But
I have been in a very tall hotel building.
okay.
Way up.
Yeah.
On a
High
week.
altitude, doing magic in high altitude is very noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Very noticeable. I noticed that. Or, sometimes, anytime I'm on a plane, I got my meditation beads with me.
That's a good idea on a plane.
Oh, yeah.
I messed up and did the Ouija board with some people in a haunted hotel up high on like one of the high stories.
Ooh.
Tipsy too.
I can imagine how that went.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, like, but it was something on the bucket list. Had to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You said, okay, so what do you think about? Can you contact any spirits or energies at this time? Like, what's gonna come through in a dark or a black moon if you're trying to do some conjuring or some spirit contact?
Great question. Anything can come through.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not as open as Beltane for like demonic spirits, but the void is open. Anything can happen. Anything can come through. This is going to be. There's so many factors though, right? Like your DNA, or your bloodline, or your spiritual power, or whatever. So anything can come through, but it's not going to be nearly as chaotic or wild as a full moon. So it's a lot more safe in some instances.
Okay, so if you're a scaredy cat, it's a good time to like
This is a good starter moon. This is a good starter if you're scared. That full moon, man.
Yeah, not good. Just the new moon, yeah. The black moon, even better.
Yeah, black moon even better. Because the void is peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The void dissolves chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The most peaceful state that we can be in is silence in darkness. It won't ever get more peaceful than that. And that's the black moon. That's the void squared.
Mm-hmm. Someone is asking, do they write their intentions at 2:06 when the peak time for the black?
Maybe 2:02 so that you can finish by 2:06.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do the ritual so by the pinnacle you are in the ritual already, at least.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's tomorrow, y'all.
Yep.
That's what black moon is.
Tomorrow.
Okay,
2
so
a.m.
you can write out a draft if you don't know what you're gonna write. Write out a draft,
I
and
like that.
so dipping ink or your special pen, because some of y'all can't get no dipping ink, so just have a dedicated pen or whatever, and then write it out during that time if you're awake. But definitely have some idea what you want to put on there, and maybe have a draft, and then just rewrite it and stuff.
All these years I never thought about telling my students to write a draft out first.
Yeah, because like when like sometimes you just be like, okay, I don't. You're gonna be overwhelmed. Okay, I gotta light this candle. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You're gonna forget. You're not. It's not gonna come to you because you're too worried about the other stuff. So just write a draft out first, like an outline, and then it'll be easier to write it out because you got an idea.
Down with that. Yep.
And then whatever you do with the paper, as far as the ritual is concerned, you'll have to draft to look back at it to see and remember, what it is you're trying to do spell work for or manifest, So like if you fold it up or seal it or do whatever you do or bury it or something like that, you'll still have to draft to remember what it is that you
I resonate.
put that in your little book or whatever.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm excited.
All
I've
right.
got all my stuff. I'm getting ready to put it outside tomorrow. I know you are.
Yep.
You gonna post pictures of your ritual or
Oh, you already know. Pictures and videos. You already know how we roll it.
Oh, they can hit you up. Let me put your number down. I
Yep.
know it's 917.
Make sure y'all hit me up tonight. 917-605-1469.
Okay, y'all can text him if y'all want to get in on one of his rituals, the Lilith ritual. I know you're probably doing some prosperity. So if y'all can't do it yourselves, definitely hit up Terrane and he can help you out. And y'all can get something done as well.
Word.
Okay. Sprinkle.
All right, sis.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, happy Black Moon.
Happy Black Moon. Peace.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all are so sweet. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm doing mine. I got my stuff ready right here. We're gonna get this together tomorrow. Put this outside. I got my stuff already set up. Yay. So what you could do, they have black tea lights. If y'all don't want to go and spend a lot of money on anything, just some black tea lights. If you have access to a printer, you can print out like a picture of money. If you don't have any real money, you can use coins. You can use real money if you want to. You get that fake money on Amazon or whatever. And get you a candle. I have some incense, some ritual incense. Easy life, easy living. Make things easier for you. You can also do your cloaking magic during a black moon. Yes, cloaking magic is something that a lot of people don't really do too often, but when you get a black moon, it's the best time to do it. So you can enchant a robe, a jacket, a piece of clothing, or whatever for cloaking, especially if you do magic and you want your magic cloaked, or if you want to go undetected by like the haters, or just like when you're just driving around and you just want to be safe and undetected by anybody, just wear your enchanted cloaked garment or whatever. Okay. So I'm going to be making some of those. I'm going to do some moon water. I'm going to be doing some black moon water, and then I'm going to put some in a spray bottle as well, and charge it as a cloaking water as well. So if you can't get if the outfit just doesn't go with the cloaking jacket, you have your spray. So I'm going to have that. I'm going to write out my intentions and what I want to be clarified to me, to be revealed to me, introspection and all that kind of stuff. And write that out on some parchment or some, nice paper. Put that out there. with my intentions. I'm doing all those things. I'm going to charge a bottle of like dark red deep wine and possibly take a black moon bath with a little bit of black moon water in it, sipping on the wine like Terrane was talking about, lighting your black candles. You can also charge your pheromones outside because it is, you know, the dark moon or the black moon, and you know, it's very especially on a Friday. So you have that Lilith energy on there. So you need to get your pheromones and charge them out there as well. You can, if you don't have pheromones or whatever, you can charge your perfume out there to help with seduction. Your products, a mirror, you know, whatever for glamour and seduction and all that kind of stuff. So definitely do what you can do because like black moons are rare. They don't come around too often. So they're going to be like very, very potent. So charge all your good stuff. It's going to be like 2 something a.m., 2:06 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. Not a.m. Yeah, a.m. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm not posting any of my work. Terrane posts their spell work that their coven does for people. Y'all can follow him. He's on Instagram. And also I linked all his information in the description bar, and it's pinned to the top of the live comments. Oh, the Occult College. College is spelled with a K. On YouTube is his YouTube channel as well. Okay. He said, dude, you keep the water and the perfumes in a dark space. You can if you want. If you get like a dark bottle, like an amber or a black or like a blue, cobalt blue, this also keeps it as well. But yeah, you can put it in a dark place. You can keep it in a drawer. I like to put it stuff like this. Look. So you can order these online sometimes, or I find these in the store. So you can keep your stuff in stuff like this and just put like, let's say this is something. You put it in here, close it up, it's in darkness. Ready? Grab it, you know. So I have some like oils in here and stuff like that. Here's a cute little vial you could use and carry that black moon water with you. Sometimes they even have these little things where you can stick in here and make a necklace, and like a vial necklace. They have smaller ones than this. But yeah, you can definitely fill some up there. Keep it in your purse. Put it somewhere dark. If you want a bigger bottle, of course, do a whole jar. But these are like nice to like take with you or to put somewhere else around your house or whatever. I like a spray bottle because it's easy to like spray. It won't spill. I think it's 2:06. You'll have to just look it up. Okay. And so you can keep all your little stuff in something like that, and it's safe, it's in dark, and you'll be good to go. Whenever you need it, you know where to find it. Yeah, so it's tomorrow. Also, yeah, Friday is tomorrow. So also those ladies who are working with dark feminine energy and Lilith energy, perfect time to do seduction spells and all that kind of stuff. So sprinkle, sprinkle. I have some makeup that's okay, so y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the lady something. So Halloween is coming up. You know, spooky season is coming up. They're coming out with all these like themed makeup palettes and kits and stuff like that. So we have like Corpse Bride, we got Harry Potter, we got like all this makeup, right? We got all this makeup with like this dark feminine energy attached to it, right? You can also charge this in the dark moon the black moon. So we have like, if you have like spooky makeup, dark feminine type energy makeup, including mine, charge it also to get that Lilith energy on it in the black moon. That's what I'm gonna do with this. Also got like, this is from Bath and Body Works, but it's like a shimmer fizz body lotion with the glitter in it, and it's this one is in the scent Vampire Blood. I'm gonna charge this out there too because spooky season is coming, and dark feminine energy. I want that from the dark moon, the Lilith dark moon. I want that in my makeup products. So I'm charging that. Okay. And so when I grab one of these, it's not just going to be some makeup. It's going to be literally charged with dark feminine energy. It's going to bring in what it's supposed to bring in, you know. So definitely, if you have some, they sell these right now, you know, online. You can buy it, you know, most of these type of products online, whatever kind you want, and just open it up. I like to open it up. I don't want to leave it in the plastic, so I'm just going to open it up like this. So that mirror and that palette can also absorb, and then, you know, all the cosmetics. So this is a cute palette. I'll do that with that tomorrow. People are going to be like, why is all her makeup outside? Don't worry about it. Okay. Do you have to use a moonlight, or can you just perform ritual or change things in your home? I guess it depends on like what you want to do with it. There's no specific thing that you have to do. It's just once it hits like the peak, I think outside or even in a window, you know, you don't have to change everything around if you don't want to. If you're really into rituals and you want to change things around to do sigils on the floor, or, you know, things on the floor, yeah. But a lot of people just do like a candle, a spell that you can put on an altar, or just outside and call it a day. But if you're really into the high magic and doing, you know, the rituals and the clearing and the stuff on the floor and the circles and the sigils, yeah. We are all derived from the same source. Tap in to level up. Yes. You're binding yourself to some money. I don't think that's a good time to do any binding spells, because the dark moon is literally to undo contracts and unbind. So if you need to unbind yourself from something, the black moon is a good time for that. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, you're supposed to use it for inner work. Enchanting things, clarity on a lot of things. But yeah, trying to always think about a man and stuff like that. It's literally defeating the purpose of the dark feminine energy that's coming with this. You know what I mean? Think about yourself right now. Give it a break. Give it a rest. Think of dark feminine energy. Dark femme fatales they're not doing love spells to get some men. The men are doing love spells to get them. Think about that. They don't flip the script all the way, baby. So think about it like that. That's what I like to say. If you out there doing a love spell on some man, you are not dark feminine energy. They need to be trying to do love spells on you. If you exude dark feminine energy, they're going to try to do spells on you, ma'am. That's a contour. Let me put this out there too. He said true. Okay, so think of it like that. Use this time to reflect on how to become more of a seductress, more of a dark feminine energy type of woman, so that you don't have to be doing love spells on nobody no more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. No one said release them. Yeah, exactly. You said unbind self-doubt. That's right. So This is so cute. This is a lip mask shaped like a cauldron. It's so cute. Okay. So, best time is if you're trying to unbind yourself from a specific person or a cord cutting, if y'all believe that y'all are connected somehow, that's the perfect time to do it. If y'all believe that you're connected to someone you don't want to be connected to no more, the black moon is the perfect time to do it. All right. So I'm going to leave y'all with that. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Click like. You said, where did I get the Harry Potter lip mask? I don't remember where I got this from a store in the mall. I don't know. Just, you can order this online. It's by Miniso. Miniso. That's the brand. Miniso. See the brand? Miniso. You can probably find it online. Yeah. Black Moon is Saturday, but Saturday also starts, I guess tomorrow at 2 a.m. is actually Saturday because tomorrow is Friday. So if it starts tomorrow after midnight, that's literally Saturday at 2 a.m. Okay. I'm sorry, I needed to clear that up because I'm thinking like tomorrow. Thank you. Let me read something. How do we, okay, I already read that one. That was the last one. Okay. You said, what about cutting your hair? I don't know. Do you want to cut your hair? Am I putting the parchment paper outside? Sure. I'm going to write a draft first on regular paper so I know what I need to write on the parchment paper when it's time. Then when I'm going to do the parchment paper outside, you could do after you write the whatever you write on it. I like to seal it with like the wax sealer. So, you know how you can buy little wax sealing kits? I like to write whatever I write on my parchment paper. And if I want something to come to me, I fold the parchment paper towards me. And if I want to send something away, or, you know, I fold it away from me. You know what I mean? So, or if you want to create, you know, inner vision and, you know, clarity, fold the paper within itself. So from the side into the inside. So instead of folding it forward or backwards away from you, for the black moon, fold it inside itself. Okay. There you go. You said you want to know more about unbinding. Yeah, it's a time to let go. So you can do a cord cutting or an unbinding spell. Just write down I unbind and put the person's name. I release and then put the person's name or whatever. Okay. You soak your paper in coffee to stain it and speed up the spell the night before. That's a good idea, Rachel. Because you know, coffee speeds up the process. Some people put the coffee grounds in their candle or something, but definitely soaking it. The paper, that's a really good idea. Hello, SHERA. Love your videos. Thank you, ML. Sprinkle. You know what else you could do? Instead of soaking it, like I'm a like, if you want to save time, because that's a really good idea. You could put like coffee in a spray bottle and just spritz it a little bit so it is not 100% soaked and just like have some on there just to give it that essence. Thank you for always being such a wise teacher. Oh, thank you, Divine Goddess. I appreciate you. Sprinkle. Thank you. Okay. Is it making a matching spray and oil to go with my necklace? I need some. That's just okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle. Make your stuff. I'm gonna be making my stuff. All of my stuff. Heart-shaped black candles are fine. Don't matter. How can you reverse bad luck and karma? By thinking about what you want and manifesting something that you actually want instead of thinking about something you don't want. Okay, because it's a frequency you're vibrating on. When you do spell work, you're supposed to be focusing on what you want instead of what you don't want. Okay, so if you don't want that, so don't focus on it. How can you do something specific to receive more money? Okay, do a money ritual. Like this is like a little cutesy. I know y'all can't see it. Let me take that out. Like, just do a money ritual. Get you some money. It doesn't have to be real money. It could be printed money, fake money, coins, or a dollar. Get you some herbs that represent money and prosperity. This is mint right here, dried mint from my garden, or you can just buy it from the store and put your intentions into it. Then I have the black candle right here. It's a tea light. Or you can use a white candle or any other type of candle that is charged with money oil or money herbs. You can also use cinnamon as a way to also attract money. And then you write your intention down. Then you light your candle, let it burn all the way out. Okay. And there's your money spell. Or you can just manifest it. It's either way, because like you're just putting your intention out there into the universe. And everything that you're doing with the spell work is just increasing the frequency of your intention. Okay. So, for example, if you're vibrating at a very high frequency and you're manifesting something, great. If you're vibrating at a very high frequency, you're manifesting something and doing spell work for it as well. The frequency is going to be heightened with your intention charged into it, with the currency of the money, the flow and the currency of the vibration of the herb and the plant, the frequency and the vibration from the fire, the heat, the energy. So it's literally putting more energy into your manifestation. Okay. It's kind of like supercharging it. Okay. So you can definitely manifest without doing any of this. This is just going to supercharge it. You know what I mean? Because it's going to increase the frequency. Just like I'm in this room, right? If there were no candles lit, it wouldn't be this hot. I wouldn't feel as much energy. What I'm saying, the words that are, coming out of my mouth, there's a lot of energy in this room because that's why all the candles are lit, right? So if there were this is the reasons, a lot of the reasons why a lot of people that do spell work, magic, and conjure and all that kind of stuff, they like candles because energies also feed off of spirits, and energies also feed off of lights, electricity, candles, right? So you don't want it taking from you. That's why when people have altars and they set them up, they put food, they put drink, they put candles, because that's where the energies or the spirits gather to partake in that frequency or that energy that you left for them. And so this is definitely doing the same thing and pushing it out further. How to manifest? Should you just write down what you want and bury it in something different or something different? Manifest, you can manifest mentally. You don't even have to write nothing down. I have a journal, a manifestation journal that I write in. You can just do that and keep a journal. If you're unable to do or you don't want to do anything else, I keep a manifestation journal. Are you worshiping something? Am I less Christian? I don't worship anything, baby. Sprinkle. Okay. People don't want to be worshipped. Deities don't want to be worshipped. They want to be known. They want to be learned about. They want to be understood, but they don't really want to be worshipped. Okay. All right. Think about deities like a celebrity. Celebrities just want you to know who they are, what they are able to do. They don't want you to worship them. Same thing as deities. Deities are archetypes that teach you things. Deities are, energies that can teach you things, how to be, how to think, what type of, frequency to have. It's not about worshiping anything. That's like, honest to me, worshiping anything makes you like a spiritual pygmy, in my opinion. If you're not if you're if you understand symbolism and the archetypes and what a deity stands for metaphorically, you don't worry about worshiping anything. It's like Lilith, for example, dark feminine energy, saying what you need to say, not taking no BS, seduction, getting what you want, Lilith energy, not worshiping of someone, but the archetype. Okay. So no, I don't like religion worships things. Okay. So in alchemy and in magic, they teach the practitioner or the adept magician or the alchemist to become like deity. Okay. You are a instrument or a vessel to attract deity energy, not to worship. People in religion worship. Okay. Yeah, that's high magic. But don't worship. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said a spiritual pick me, she got you on the floor. It is. That's what I see it. Like, you are a spiritual pick me, sugar. And we don't worship anything. Okay. You said Lilith is part of us. That's why she's been demonized, because they don't want you to tap into the dark feminine power. Exactly. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Am I putting my manifestation journal outside, I guess? I don't really put it outside, but I will write in it outside. I keep it inside, but um you can always put a piece of paper outside and then or a draft of what you're going to write and put it in your manifestation journal. But you can put it outside if you want to. But it depends on what you're manifesting, because is it going with the dark, is it going with the black moon energy, You got to be specific. Okay. If you don't believe that someone put bad juju on you, then it doesn't exist. Exactly. Yeah, some of y'all believe too much. And magic works also psychologically. So whatever you believe and whatever someone told you, if you truly believe it and you take steps in that direction, that's what you're going to attract. You know what I'm saying? So you're giving whatever the power and the energy to come into your life if you believe in something. If you don't believe in something, you're not giving it any attention or focus, then it's not really coming into your life like that. So know that you have the power to believe or not to believe. If you believe it, you're going to attract it. If you don't believe it, you're like, okay, whatever. It's not gonna have any effect. Okay. That's why people from different religions don't stay up all night wondering if the other religion is correct, because they don't believe in it. All right. Is it wrong to sell your own spells on Etsy? No, I don't think it's wrong, because some people can't do spell work. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. So it works the same way. You don't believe in something, it shouldn't bother you. There you go. Where did I get this cup? This cup? You like it? You will never guess. Let me show you. You're going to laugh. This is a Hocus Pocus cup. It's, the Hocus Pocus. You see the Sanders and Sisters on here? This is a Hocus Pocus cup from Spirit Halloween, like 2 years ago. Okay. You love Hocus Pocus? Yes. You said you're about to start selling spells? You should, man. I did it for a while. You learn a lot about people once you start doing spell work for them, baby. You're going to learn more than you wanted to. I promise you. Where did I get my headband? You love it. Thank you. I probably got it on Shein, girl. This looks like some Shein type stuff. I don't know. I don't remember, but I think it's either Amazon or Shein. I know I got it online. How to learn to do spell work for people. The same way you do it for yourself, except you put their name on it and you put the intention into it. Okay. But some people aren't able to do spell work. They have too many, doubts, or they don't live somewhere where they can openly practice it, or they don't have enough confidence or knowledge to do it. So they hire someone else to, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just don't do it anymore because, you don't want to handicap people into taking responsibility for their own lives. And so I start to see a pattern that people weren't taking responsibility. They were just try to rely on spell work to get out of quick fixes that they put themselves in by being irresponsible. So I was sick and tired of it. I was like, you know what? I can't deal with this. I'm only going to be doing this type of magic from now on. So I kind of narrowed it down. And then I only did certain types of magic once or twice a month so that I could stop doing magic for individual people because they weren't taking real responsibility for their lives. And you don't want to work with people like that anyway because you're just handicapping them. So the best thing I could have done was just, leave that alone because it will make people face themselves instead of just not paying your month for three months, not paying your rent for 3 months, and then trying to get a money spell on the third month when the eviction notice hits the door. Like, come on now. That's all you. There's not a curse. That's irresponsibility. Because some people will literally say, I'm cursed. Why? Because you forgot to pay your rent for 3 months? That's not a curse. That's being irresponsible. You're self-sabotaging yourself, so I have to be like, y'all are just, I can't. Goodbye. No more spell work for y'all. Okay. Uh-huh. You say getting spell, yeah. So you're gonna have some people that come to you for stupid stuff, and you're gonna have to tell them no or whatever. Because there are some people out there that try to get spell work. That's not all mentally there either. They spending their little crazy check on spell work, or they have impossible, they want impossible results with not doing the work themselves. Because part of practicing magic or alchemy is inner work. Okay. If they're being totally irresponsible, doing, the worst and then expecting some type of miracle, that's not spell work. That's a miracle. They better go to the church for that one. Go ask the pastor or the priest for your rent money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what they're there for. That's what the building fund is for. They be collecting the building fund every Sunday at church. Go knock on the pastor's door and ask him for some of that collection plate, baby. They're supposed to give you something. I'm serious. They are. I told you I worked in the funeral industry, and when people didn't have enough money for their funeral, the funeral director would send them to different churches to collect money. Like, okay, there's a family fund for funerals that you can go. If you hit up all these churches, you can get your money, but you're gonna have to make your rounds. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because, that's who you need to go to. They be collecting money every Sunday. Tithes and offerings and for people trying to buy their way to heaven. So go get their money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Anyway, I'm serious, y'all. You see, I didn't know they do that. They do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You said what? Do you already know that there was going to be a black moon tomorrow, like in advance? I think a lot of people know that. It's you and Chat GPT know that. Okay. See, a lot of people talk about shadow work, shadow work, shadow work. If you are your authentic self and you allow your dark feminine energy to come through when it wants to come through, and you speak your mind and you say what you got to say, you don't really have to do too much shadow work because you are allowing your shadow and your authentic self a voice every day. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people like to separate the two and say, "Oh, I got to work on this and I got to work on that." No, just be that every day. Don't be afraid to speak your mind and say what you need to say every day. You know, you don't have to suppress yourself, deny yourself. You don't have to find clarity with about who you really are and introspect if you let all that come through on a daily basis. And a lot of times, you know, people are oppressed or, you know, told not to do certain things, not to voice their opinion, not to say this, not to say that, you know, suppress it. And then now they have to go do shadow work because they're not being their true authentic selves. Okay. So for me, I'm my true authentic self. I just be saying stuff, you know. Wouldn't it be beneficial to make black salt tomorrow night? You can make whatever. Yeah. People are making a lot of stuff. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, yin yang, exactly. Some people live in their dark feminine energy. They pull it out when they need it, and then they, you know, they don't have to do too much. So I think if you learn to live authentically, you know, you don't have to do too much shadow work because you are allowing both of those things to present themselves on a daily basis. You're not ashamed of yourself. You're not trying to hide anything. You're not denying yourself too much. You're just being your authentic self. Okay. Okay. You said a lot of witches say that 99% of their clients ask for hexes and curses, and mostly about breaking up couples and deforming beauty and jealousy is all disease, y'all. Girl, I got some stories. Yes. The highest request, when I used to do spell work, the highest request that I would get from these people that wanted spell work was definitely breakup spells. People was trying to break up couples so they could have a man. Just you know. I also would get, of course, money spells is always good, but love spells. Oh my gosh. And breakup spells were like top. And of course, prosperity spells. But yeah, those were the top ones. I didn't get so much of the deforming of beauty or the jealousy. I don't think they were comfortable asking me to do something like that because of my other channel. So I might not have gotten the same type of requests that other practitioners that do spell work might have gotten because of my other channel. People knew that I probably would not be on board with something like that. So they probably didn't even bother asking that. Now, the thing is about those type of spells, the funny thing, the humorous thing about those type of spells, somebody might do a breakup spell, and the people might break up, but for only one day. They back together 2 days later, but it worked because they broke up. Okay. So people don't know how to word their spells. They don't know how to ask for things. They think, oh, if this person breaks up, that's going to be my foot in the door. No, they could break up for one day and get back together the next day. They could break up with her and find a whole nother one. You know what I'm saying? So people don't really think these through when they ask for spell work. They're just in their emotions. They're upset and they want to cause some type of havoc. And they don't even think it through. Okay. What I started doing was suggesting that the person that they're trying to, deter away from the one that they're interested in is to find a better partner. Like, why don't you just do a love spell or an attraction spell for the other person so they can just go upgrade and find a better man and you can have their scraps? They didn't like it being put that way. See, it didn't even matter if they were broken up. So I would try to do, psychological experiments on how people were thinking and their attachment. So I said, let's just do a spell for the woman to find a better man. And then you can have him after that. Because she'll just dump him and go upgrade on him. And then they were like, well, I don't want to do that. So I knew their true intentions weren't just to get the man. They were just angry and upset. And so their emotions were out of order. So I wouldn't even I would just be like, you know what? Let's talk about this tomorrow. Why don't you sleep on that? You was looking at obsession spell reviews and ladies were mad their man left them 2 weeks later. Yeah, so when you do a spell work, you're not specific. Y'all are just thinking in the moment with emotions. Y'all aren't thinking 3 and 4 steps ahead. That's why a lot of times when y'all get spell work done and y'all try to do your own spell work, it's not going to pan out like you thought it would because y'all aren't 3, 4 steps ahead. When you're 3, 4 steps ahead, you're doing spell work for the future, not just for your emotions that you're feeling at the moment. When you do spell work, you're doing preparation spell work for the future. So you don't have to do emergency spell work. Okay. So when you do spell work, like for example, if you get into a relationship and you want to stay with that person, you do a binding. That way they're not going to leave you for some other chick and you got to do a breakup spell to get them back only for 2 days for them to run back to the other chick that they really wanted. Okay. Y'all got to do preparation spell work, not last minute spell work. That's the same thing as getting an eviction notice on your door. You should have been paying rent and on time every month. Okay. So spell work is not to rush into to do something as an emergency or as an emotional response. It's something to practice and use as prevention and use as, preparation. Okay. Just like everything else that you do. Just like getting your oil changed. Just like keeping the maintenance up on your car. You're not going to wait till the engine light come on. Okay? No. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. And that's why I kind of focus more on my other channel because mindset can shift your reality. Mindset is literally magic. It's called mentalism. Mindset can shift your reality, your results, and your life. Just how you think. Okay, all is mind. That's the law of mentalism. So many people try to use spell work as a scapegoat and not take full responsibility of themselves. And their mindset needs to be corrected. It's nothing to do with anything else. It's all them. They're their own problem. A lot of people are their own problem. They don't see it. So they look at it as a band-aid or a quick fix when it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like maintenance. Okay. Mm-hmm. You said most don't. Yeah, change your mindset, change your life. That's literally it. It's easy to regulate emotion when you realize and accept that emotions are usually not logical. Mhm. Uh-huh. So you said your clients hound you too much. I have a limit. Charge them. If they every time they hound you and ask you a question, you charge them. Like, okay, send your Cash App request. Here you go. You want to ask me a question, Cash App, and they would. I mean, if you doing spell work and clients want to talk to you, that's not free. After the spell work, that's not free. You know, so you should charge them to ask about the spell you said to stop asking about. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, you said like an attorney, exactly. If you're giving people free time and all that kind of stuff, people they will take advantage of you. So every time you speak to somebody about some work, it's supposed to cost. All right, because that is your free time, and you don't want to be drained. Okay. How to stop being ashamed and stop what? Ashamed of what? And stop the fear of being me. Ashamed of what? What you ashamed of? What's the fear of being you? Ain't nobody else can be you. So what you scared of? No one else can be who you are. So where's the fear factor coming? I don't understand. Afraid of how people are going to react and judge you? Don't care. That's the whole point of doing it. So you don't have to care about it anymore. Once you get it done and don't care anymore, there's nothing people can do to control you. There's nothing people can do to make you feel any type of way because you don't care anymore. You did it. They don't like it. Maybe they weren't supposed to. Who cares? You gotta accept that. Not everybody gonna like everything. You don't even like everybody or everything. So what makes you think you have to be so perfect where everyone has to like you? You don't even like everybody. Okay, you're manifesting an 850 credit score. Good for you, yeah. Yesenia. Okay. The point is not to be liked. It's to get what you want. All right. Yeah. Not everybody is meant to be liked, and you don't like everybody either. So let's get rid of that illusion. Mm-hmm. What if what? Yeah, we're not answering those questions. We're on this channel. You just explained to me car engine got light on, you're manifesting income opportunities and got a second trade to make extra money for it plus residual. Good for you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. Take action into, creating the life you want and responsibility for it as well. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What does it mean when you're doing a spell on a glass plate and the plate breaks? It means it was cheap. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just kidding. It means it got too hot. Duh. Was it heat proof? It means it got too hot, darling. You need to use something else like ceramic. Okay. Ceramic. It was too thin. Maybe it wasn't tempered correctly. You need to use a ceramic plate, darling. Okay. Okay, so like something like this. This is ceramic. It's like made out of clay, ceramic. It's good. You can heat it. And sometimes if there's a tiny crack in your glass plate, it will crack or break when it gets too hot. Ah. He said, "You love my look." Thank you. This used to be my all the time look. I used to dress like this all the time, but like on my other channel, people were like, "Well, you should dress more this way. You should dress more that way, so that when you give your message on that channel, it's more, like, because I literally used to hop channels dressed the same way. And people were like, well, you should dress more this way. And I don't care, I'm like, girl, I got money. I can dress whatever how I want to dress, But usually people pay more attention and listen to you if you're dressed for whatever it is you're teaching about. So they don't understand this side of the fence over here. So yeah. So I kind of like, do something in the middle. Hmm. My true style is not. Yeah, my true style is, go back on my channel and you'll see. Thank you. Thoughts on working with two dark goddesses at the same time? No problem. You work with more than two people at the same time. It's all on what you believe. Your superstitions, what you believe, what you choose to believe. If you see goddesses as things to be worshipped, or if you see them as archetypes, if you see them as energies, how do you view them? It's all about perspective. Okay. There's no right or wrong. It depends on how you believe and what your perspective is. If you like, because your mind is going to create whatever it is that you are fearing. Or if you are given a certain set of rules and you believe them and you abide by them, your mind is going to take over that. So if you're going in from a knowledge perspective and just learning the archetypes and the characteristics and learning about each goddess, it doesn't matter. You're in learning mode. You're not worshiping anybody, So it won't even matter. It's like if you took a course in school and you had to study dark goddesses and you studied and learned about all of them in one chapter. What's the difference? Nothing. Okay. You may learn and study all these different dark goddesses in one chapter of a book, and you may see how you relate to each one of them and the characteristics that you share with all of them or one of them or whatever, or characteristics you want to see more in yourself from whatever goddess that you've been studying or researching or learning about or, connecting with. It's the same thing. When you start to put fear and doubt in any of your magic, that's when it's not fun anymore. That's when it's not going to be working. That's when the frequency lowers. So, what is it that you want? Remember, it's for you. So, what is it that you want? Think about it like that. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Anyway, you said worship yourself, y'all. Uh-huh. You said, am I going to watch the Michael Jackson movie next year? Maybe if it looks good. If I like the preview or the trailer, I might go see it. If I'm mad and I don't like it, I probably still gonna go see it. So yeah, I'm going to see it. Gotta support my man. Okay. You said, do I worship any deities? The closest that I've ever came to worshiping anybody was definitely Michael Jackson. But I never worshiped Michael Jackson. But that was the closest I ever got. Very close, but not quite. Love Michael Jackson, love his music, love his style, love his esoteric messages and his music and video. I never worshipped him. But that was the closest I ever got. Yep. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said same? Okay. You was wondering about the Michael Jackson photo you saw in one of my old videos. Yes, I have a Michael Jackson candle. Someone, let me show you. Oh my gosh, where am I grabbing it? It's probably closer over here. Yeah. Look what I bought. I kind of enhanced it a little bit. But some marker. But yes, y'all. This is the closest I've ever gotten, y'all. I know y'all are laughing. It's funny, right? Oh my gosh. You said Stan, SHERA, and Mike for a good life, y'all. SHERA looks so pretty here. Thank you, girl. Okay. Michael Jackson is probably the only man SHERA has a soft spot for. How you know? Mm-hmm. Y'all are funny with that. Okay, yeah. So like, how most people deal with deities and gods and goddesses, alchemists don't deal with them that way. Okay, alchemists don't treat deities like religion treats deities. They don't worship them. Okay. You say you the same way with Prince, Shay? Okay, girl. I got to meet Prince twice. Yeah. But I never got to meet Mike. Michael. Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Yeah. If he's still alive. You got to come out of hiding to meet me. Sure, he laughed. It's just like, oh, my laugh is just like Cardi B. You silly. Can you talk about dark magic? I want to manifest my dream life tonight. Just envision what you want to be doing. Imagine the ways that you're going to get there, the paths you can take to get there, the steps you can take to get there, and see yourself there. Plan out what you're going to wear, who you're going to tell when you get what you want. Just basically just plan the life you want and envision it. Write it down, manifest it in your manifestation journal. It's all about your vision. Okay. How you're going to feel when it happens, what you're going to wear, who you're going to call to tell the good news to. Get into that frequency of feeling all those things, and that's how you attract it. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. Thank y'all so much for being on the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Bye. Oh, and all the links are in the description bar. I do have a book on Amazon. It is in the description bar. Y'all could definitely get it. It's got a little bit of everything. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.